Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective, and today I have another microphone from Maono. For those of you that aren't new to the channel, you'll know Maono. They send me microphones to test fairly often, and I do actually use them in what we would call production environments. I find them very easy to set up, good price point, and more importantly, good audio quality, especially when you're comparing it against, say, the built-in microphone in most laptops. This was obviously sent to me by Maono. I did not purchase it. However, my opinions cannot be bought. So what you will see here is an unboxing and a demonstration, and of course the audio quality, and you can make the decision for yourself. If you are looking to get one, I will be leaving some links down in the description that you can use. And in full disclosure, if you do use those links, it does help support the channel. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what Maono calls either the Fairy Lite, or if you're looking for it online, it is simply known as the AU902. Now, the AU902 has a series of features that make it rather unique. One, of course, is going to be that base station. It does have an inline monitoring system that you can adjust here, which is zero latency. And then we do have a microphone gain adjuster built into the microphone. And there are two things that I absolutely appreciate in microphones these days. One is built-in gain, and of course the other is a very easy method to mute the microphone. And I'm led to believe that both of those things are in this model. Let's go ahead and unpack this and see what we get in the box. We get a card, we get a manual, we get an accessory box, we get the microphone itself, and that is it. So let's put this off to the side and take a closer look at the actual microphone body itself. So we do have a rubberized base there on the bottom, which is actually pretty decent at keeping things in place. It is fairly weighty, and we do have adjustment knobs on either side to make this as stiff or as loose as we like. So once you have it where you want it, you can lock that down pretty firmly and it's not going to move. On the back, we do have two plugs. We have the USB Type-C, and then we have the headphone jack for inline monitoring. This is for monitoring the microphone only. If you're looking to still hear what might be happening in a conversation, you're not using this. You're just using this if you are recording something and you want to hear how it sounds through the microphone without any latency or additional software setup. On the front, we do have, of course, the two dials. The top dial is for the microphone itself, and we can hear a click when we go to push that in, and I anticipate that that might actually be our mute functionality. And then, of course, we have the inline monitoring, which is located down here, and that has no mute functionality, as we would expect. In the accessory box here, I'm guessing we're going to have a USB-A to USB Type-C cable, and that is indeed the case. So that'll be handy, obviously, for hooking up this microphone to pretty much any computer that's been made in the last, 2 decades. Once again, in the little book of words, we do have a series of troubleshooting steps, which I've always appreciated when companies actually do put in the effort to make this as easy to set up as possible. There's also some technical information, and it's in a few different languages. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to grab a trusty computer of mine. I'm going to plug this microphone in, and I will be doing some audio recording, and you can make the decision for yourself if this microphone is going to do what you need it to do. We do have the microphone plugged in. I do note that the green dot there is very dim. And if we press it in, there is a red light in there as well, which is quite difficult to see unless you're looking directly at it. If we take down one of the studio lights that I'm using here, it is a little easier to see, but in terms of lighting, that is pretty low, I have to admit. So that would be one thing that I would look for, is an improvement on that in the future. So if you do have this under intense light, you can actually tell whether or not it is definitively muted or not. Let's go ahead and try some audio recording. I'll be angling the microphone up toward me, as you see here, with about 1.5 feet distance between myself and the microphone. So let's go ahead and try recording now. Alright, this is a recording of the Maono AU very Lite microphone. It is also known as the AU902. This is what it sounds like at the distance of about 1.5 feet. If I were to pick it up and move it very close, this is what it sounds like approximately 6 to 8 inches away from my face. And the gain has been set at the top position or at 50%. So after playing back the recording, it's quite clear that the microphone is clear and it is quite sensitive. There was some background noise coming from the server, which I keep across from my film space here, and it was able to pick up a little bit of that. So if you are using this, you obviously want to ensure that you're doing so in a quiet environment because it is quite sensitive and will pick up additional ambience. I could obviously drop down the gain a little bit and that would probably take out that additional background noise. However, the more gain you take down, sometimes the harder it will be to obviously hear or pick up other sounds that you might actually want to record. That being said though, it is a well-built, from what I can tell, piece of kit. And it is priced usually around the 80 Canadian dollar mark, but it very often does go on sale for about $20 off, which isn't a bad bang for your buck, especially if you're looking for something budgetary. You know, looks the part if it's on camera. And it's also worth pointing out that the branding is rather subtle, just down this right-hand side here. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at the Maono AU902 or Very Lite microphone. It would certainly not be a bad choice for you to consider based on what I've been able to show you today. If you do have any questions or comments about it, please do make sure you're leaving them below, and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and if you do enjoy this sort of content, I would encourage you to do the big four. Please like the video, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so the next time I have the opportunity to feature a microphone that might fit your budget, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.